Got the weapons, Chief. Cool. And there's one thing I love. It's the action. Don't you?
Not really, but it's like the only thing I'm good at, kind of.
I understand. But tell me this. You take away the tanks, the battleships, and the missiles. You know what you've got?
Peace?
Tell me you ain't that naive. What you would have is anarchy. Because without the threat of military action, there'd be no world order.
So we rule by superior firepower. Isn't that how fascism works?
You know, for a Navy SEAL, you sure act like one of the tree-hugging liberals ruining our country.
Oh, you mean it's not the warmongering, oil-thirsty cowboy president of ours?
You know what, I wish he was a cowboy instead of being so politically correct all the time.
We're talking about the same guy? The president that sends us to war to make peace?
No. We're talking about the president who pulls every punch and fights wars on a budget. The same guy who calls up the weekend warriors in the National Guard to do a man's job. And do you really think our Secretary of State got her job for some other reason than being a woman and black? What, you tell me there weren't 500 white men who weren't better suited for the job? All because we're supposed to have some kind of guilt over something that happened generations ago? It's a bunch of crap. Just like the Hurricane Katrina thing.
What, now you have a problem with hurricane victims?
Well, most people who couldn't get out couldn't afford it. Yeah, right. Let me tell you something. If blacks can afford hair weaves and fake nails for their women, not to mention new sneakers and matching gold necklaces for their men, then they could have afforded a damn tank of gas to drive them a few miles.
And if they didn't have a car?
Oh, there's people on feet? Please. They were just an hour's walk from safety. That's just laziness. When the whole disaster hit, did you see them come together and help each other out? No. They turned on each other. Started raping girls, mugging the weak, and stealing everything in sight. But you didn't hear about none of that on the news. All you heard was how the white man was to blame. The only thing we're guilty of is giving them welfare.
And I want to hear this because... what?
Hush. I'm educating you. Look, I'm tired of victims. Victims of the white man. Victims of nature. The hell did I ever do to them, huh? Okay, tell me this. They say humanity arose from Africa? Then why is Africa one giant AIDS-riddled slum instead of a modern utopia? And look at this place.
Christ, now he's got a problem with the Caribbean.
The white man left slaves here a few hundred years ago, right? Okay, what did the Negroes do with their freedom here? Did they work the lands and live off the lavish and plentiful paradise? No. Another slum. So maybe the problem isn't the white man. Maybe the real problem is the black man.
First of all, I don't give a crap about black people, or white people for that matter. If you guys hate each other so much, then kill each other off, you know? Leave the world to the Asians and us Latinos.
Great. A world of burritos and chow mein. You say you're Latino, right?
That's goddamn right. Well, my family immigrated and now we're Americans, but...
Yeah, well, my family immigrated here too. But we didn't sneak into the country in the trunk of a '64 Chevy.
Hey, my people are a benefit to the United States, all right? If you don't like it, you can go pick your own fruits for pennies and hours, or go wash your own dishes at the restaurants.
That's the problem. Every time an illegal comes here, be it a Latino or a Chinaman, they force Americans to work for less. Because you guys work for less than minimum wage, with no job security, and no health care. What did my people do? We came here and we formed unions. We actually made our lives better. So excuse me if I don't side with a bunch of wetbacks who break the law so America can look like the slums of Sao Paulo or Mexico City. My people don't come here to fight for scraps.
You know what, let me just get out of here before you start attacking the Jews next.
Whoa. Oh, I can talk about the Jews. I don't give them any kind of free pass just because something bad happened in the past. They take over one of the most populated countries on the globe through terrorism, throw all the native towelheads out, and negotiate peace at the point of a gun. Look the other way. We'll stabilize the Middle East. That's what they said 50 years ago, and today there are still 3 million Palestinians in relocation camps. That's made us enemies all over the Middle East. Muslims were dancing in the streets on September 11th. And you want to know why? Because Jews kill with our weapons, and we give them our vote in the UN. That's why.
Okay, well look, why don't I just call CNN, tell them I have a breaking story, okay? Answer to all life's problems finally solved by white trash army ranger. Fuck you, icehole.
All I do is speak the truth.